see in front of me. Roll them see in front of me. Big bouncy girl. Big bouncy girl. Oh Lord, small bouncy girl.
WEFM, the clean fresh sound.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 7:18. And welcome to Activated Mornings this morning. Just want to say good morning to everyone on the way to work, school, just starting the day, everyone within the sound of my voice, and Joshua, the usuals, everyone in the diaspora. Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and good morning to you, Roleza.
Morning, Ari. Why you sound like you ain't wake up yet?
I ain't wake up yet.
You ain't wake up yet? Listen, I had to drag myself out this morning. And it's because I went to bed late on the past 2 nights anyway. So I have a justifiable reason. I know what your reason is, but I have a justifiable reason. So good morning to SVG. Good morning to folks within the region. Good morning to those in the wider parts of the world, the diaspora. Good morning to everybody, and I trust that everybody is having a good one. So far, yes, it's only a few hours into the morning, but hopefully you're going to have a good one today. All right?
Just feel like not every day for work.
Well, you know what happened, right, Ari? This is what happens when you either win lotto, like a significant sum of money, or you have a business, which means that you have reliable and dependable persons that you can choose to take a day off if you wish to. All right? So these are your aspirations.
Not every day for work.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I could just become a sugar baby.
But you first have to find the sugar mommy, and how hard are you working towards this?
I don't know. I don't think I had to work that hard.
You don't think
chocolate Rastaman.
But I told you already. All you need to do is go mustique, you know.
I just had to walk in
You're going gym. Last week you disclosed that you know how to cook. You know, all you had to do is just walk up on the beach and mustique.
Gas me.
I am gassing you up. Of course I am.
Well, good morning to everybody who stood up at Sand Hill, Casson Hill last night and screamed stadium.
Fire.
It's the most posts I saw about lights. Honestly, I kind of understand some people's excitement, but I personally not excited by it.
Why?
Some lights.
But because it's new to us in Vinci.
Imagine that in 2024, we're excited that our playing field, our stadiums have lights.
But remember, it's one of the reasons why we didn't have the lights before is because the airport. E.T. Joshua was right there, so we could. And you said, "No, he's talking about me."
I said out tongue. So the hospital, they're right there in Victoria Park too.
You know, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine recently. There was an article written in the paper about I get the impression that it's somebody in the Pembroke Penistone area. So they were talking about having an event. It could only be one event that they were speaking of happening within that area. And then I came back and I told the person, well, remember in Vinci, we don't have zoning laws. So you have commercial activity, you have residential, everything mixed up in one. So yes, hospital is right next to Victoria Park. Events are taking place in the urban areas, just on the outskirts of Kingston, which is also residential. So what are we going to do?
I'm excited that the stadium was renovated, and I am excited that we're going to see a lot of people. There's going to be an influx, and there's going to be a light shown on St. Vincent and the Grenadines because of ICC. But like the actual floodlights,
you know what it is? I appreciated with last night. So yes, you and I on several talk show hosts and persons just generally have made comments when we heard of the initial plans and the money being spent on the stadium, right? And I was kind of pleased that persons were invited to attend the walkthrough yesterday with the PM, so that they can have an idea of what all was done. And as they're saying, to see where your money is going, right? Your taxpaying money is going. So I was actually pleased to see that, because I'm not sure how many of these persons who went last night would actually be attending a cricket match, right? So to be able to have the walkthrough to see what works were done, maybe it's supposed to give us like a feeling and a sense of ownership in a way. But I was happy with it. I was pleased with that particular activity happening.
I can tell you this much: a lot of people tuned into cricket because I was at Bad Boys Saturday night, and
You
people
went?
in the people in the theaters there watching Bad Boys, but checking the phone live, watching cricket
serious?
match as
No,
well.
no, no, no. But Bad Boys, you needed undivided attention.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
It was good. For persons who have not gone, you should be able to see another showing tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm not sure if it's showing for a second week, but it is one of those movies that you should see at the movies to get the movie experience with people around, right? So go and watch it. Plug for Russell's.
So I'm glad that you pointed out that persons would see where their money is going in terms of the Arnos Vale Stadium, facility. There's an article in the Searchlight newspaper where Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez has pointed to the importance of the refurbished Arnos Vale playing field as a springboard for sports tourism and other areas of development in the long haul. So he's saying future investment it's a wise choice to renovate the Arnos Vale playing field, stadium, whatever you call it. Now, according to Searchlight, he shared his vision in a Searchlight interview on Wednesday, June 5th, 2024, as he and other members of cabinet toured the facility ahead of the start of the ICC Men's T20 games on June 13th. Although the minister did not give a dollar figure of what is being spent to host this leg of the tournament, he said it is correct to call it an investment. We're building on the work that we did in 2007, which is the last time we had significant financial investment in this particular facility. We believe now that this is a facility that will attract top quality sporting events, will improve sporting tourism. That's one part of the equation. The finance minister pointed to the Bangladesh and West Indies series slated for December this year, noting we're very close to being able to announce a few more games, a few more series at this ground in the very near future. So we believe it will be a magnet for sports tourism. But I'm wondering if isn't that just cricket grounds?
Maybe. I'm not sure if they're going to use it for other things. Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense to make it a cricket grounds because when you play other sports on it, then it kind of tears down the quality of the pitch, I would say. And I guess that's why they don't encourage people to play football on the playing field there. They play outside of the stadium. But I don't know. I don't disagree with what he's saying. The renovations I don't see them being a negative in terms of sporting tourism, elevating the facilities that we have here. And I hope that this is a step in the direction of better facilities for football. We already know that they're working on two playing fields. I think one at Diamond and one in the Pembroke area. Swimming, I think we have 2 swimming pools. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if those are government facilities, so I think one is private.
It doesn't have to be government in my opinion. What else? We have the track and field.
That's at Diamond.
Yeah, and that's still having work done on it. So it steps in the right direction when it comes to sports, because athletes generally feel, or people in the sporting arena generally feel, that the government doesn't pay attention to sports.
And so one of the added things too is that our hotel room stock has started to increase, right? So having the upgrades or additional sporting facilities tie in with additional room stock only can lead to further development for the country. So I am all for this. One of the things that you and I have spoken about a lot is in terms of not just everything being focused on academics, yes, academics has to play a part in everything, but we do have children or we do have students who are inclined in sports, right? Whatever the various discipline might be. So it's to be able to have the facilities there for them so that they would be able to practice in a sense in a professional way. And for them to soar, for them to be able to leave our shows, have their academics in hand as well, so that they could get scholarships and, put Vinci on the world stage in terms of global meets and global activities or events. So I'm all for it. I mean, yes, it's a significant amount of money that was spent for the refurbishment of the stadium. But as people tend to say, if you don't invest, then how are you going to get a return on that investment? You have to leave it open for there to be a possibility that yes, when you make that investment, that things can take off, and the work just has to be done. So
Yep. One thing I would say that I thought was cool, I saw someone from, I think it was Rockies or Sharps area. They took a picture of the sky last night, and the light was so powerful you can see it shining over the horizon. That was kind of cool.
And that was interesting because I am sure last week when I went on the porch and I'm there like, where is light coming from? And I was saying, why is it so bright in the sky? Like if you had a really vivid imagination, you might think it's like UFO landing or something. But
I guess that's why a lot of people were saying that it contributed to the blackouts, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, no. But it's I think, like when you make little strides in your life, Ari, like you get your degree, you get a new job, or you do whatever additional training, like you pat yourself on the back for accomplishing something. And even though you made the comment, it's 2024, we celebrating lights. The point is that it's a step. It's a new thing that we have accomplished. So, let's pat ourselves on the back for these little things or these small accomplishments.
Talking about patting on the back, good morning, Faye, good morning. And again, just want to say good morning to the architectural engineer. I hope I am not pronouncing the lady's name wrong. Deirdre Millington Myers, who is the lead on the team. So she is the project coordinator contracted by the government as a consultant engineer to renovate the Arnos Vale playing field. So shout out to her this morning. When was it? Last week, you were saying we need no more women, in certain fields. And now we have a contractor, consultant, same thing.
I think by training, I think she's an architect, if I'm not mistaken.
Architectural engineer.
Yeah. So women empowerment.
So shout out to you this morning.
Yeah, and one of the other things too that I was looking at the live last night from API, and we're talking about sports and we're talking about development of the youth, etc. So one of the things that was mentioned, I think it's $3,000 worth of tickets, I hope I'm quoting it correctly, would be given to students so that they can go and watch the match on Thursday. So we never know. It might just be an inspiration for some youngster to get involved in cricket, or to have that aspirations of seeing themselves on the match representing SVG, whether it's Cricket West Indies or another cricketing team within the world. We do have persons who they can look up to here: Nixon McLean, Michael Finley, Kesron Williams, Sunil Ambrose. Am I missing anybody? I think I'm missing people. Kesrick Williams, right. I hope I'm not forgetting any. Obed McCoy.
Every time I hear his name, I think he's a footballer, and then I remember he's a cricketer.
You're right. So there are persons who that they can look up to, both in the past and currently. Winston Davis would have also been one of the legends from yesteryear. So they have people who they can look up to. So I'm happy to see it. And getting the youth involved is always a positive step.
Yep. And it is 7:31 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we're back, we'll have your traffic talk. And at 7:45, we'll have Today with Weeks.